Are you hoping to stay on a compound despite what is happening in the lawsuit over semaglutide and tirzepatide? I'm going to give you the most practical advice that I can give you based upon where I think this might all be headed. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dave. I have a website called On the Pen, and we've covered all of this stuff as closely as anyone on the planet has for the last 2 years. I also made a video about this earlier that I think was a little unclear for people, so I want to be very clear in the wording that I use. Your telehealth company has likely told you that they will continue to offer compounded versions of tirzepatide and semaglutide even after this lawsuit is resolved, whatever the outcome is. And now that we know that the preliminary injunction was denied, we know that the enforcement will start on the copies of the branded medications that are being offered by compounds now, and they're all going to have to move to custom doses and custom formulations, meaning doses that are not commercially available or formulations that add something to the active ingredient to make it different than what is commercially available. But here's what I think is going to end up happening. I think that Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk and maybe even the FDA will be actually going after and actively seeking out doctors who were writing compounds that were exact copies of the branded medications, who are now switching all of their patients to the custom formulations, because the spirit of the code for 503A pharmacies that are always able to make patented medications if a patient requires something that differs from what is commercially available. I think those doctors are going to have a hard time proving that their patients who were on copies of the branded medication all of a sudden have a medical need for a non-commercially available dose or a custom formulation to help circumvent side effects. Those doctors are going to have to make that medical case. So here's what I'm saying to you. If you want to stay on compounds, it is imperative that your doctor has documented the fact that you do not tolerate the commercially available doses, or that your side effects are so bad that you do not tolerate the formulation of the branded versions. Only then will patients be allowed to use the custom doses and custom formulations. So the time to get that documented in your medical record is now, not after there's a huge clampdown on doctors who are suddenly switching all of their patients who are on copies of the branded medication to these custom formulations. I hope I have said that clear enough here. And I hope that you all are understanding that what is ending for 503B pharmacies and 503A pharmacies is the compounding that allows for exact copies of what is made commercially. And everything from March 19th on for tirzepatide, and soon to follow will be semaglutide, will only be compounds that are available in doses that differ from what is commercially available, or they're the same dose, but the formulation adds an ingredient to help a patient tolerate a side effect, like nausea or fatigue or muscle wasting. Custom formulations may be the future for these telehealth companies, but the point that I'm trying to make in this video is that there is a medical need that a patient has to have documented in order to qualify for a custom dose or custom formulation. And I believe that there will be some major crackdowns on doctors who are seen as switching all of their patients on copies over to these custom formulations to circumvent the law. If you found this video helpful, please follow my advice. Make sure you get your stuff documented in your medical record and hit all these buttons over here, like, save, share, send to a friend.